In the newest Fortnite update, jungle vines have started to grow from out of the cracks on the island. These cracks were opened by earthquakes that take place in-game, but why are they even happening and where are the vines coming from? If you weren't already aware, next season has been leaked to be themed around a tropical/a jungle theme. The last jungle themed season that we had was Chapter 1 Season 8, and it featured a huge volcano, and due to this, many people have also speculated that this mountain will be a volcano that will erupt later this season, or maybe to start off next season. The eruption of this volcano could possibly destroy Mega City as it's right next to it, and it could fit in with the whole tropical theme as well. People are really excited about this, but what people aren't looking into as much is the reasoning behind all of these events and how they all tie right back to the Herald and her reality tree. At the end of the last Fortnite chapter, the Herald took control of the reality tree and all of its roots as well. The roots of this tree stemmed all across the island, and she overloaded them with darkness and chrome. This ultimately caused the island to erupt with energy and explode just like that. Now, considering that the Herald sat at the center of this huge explosion, it would make sense to think that she has since died, but that doesn't seem so likely anymore because her tree is on the Chapter 4 island and it has breathing sounds coming from it. The codename for this sound file is actually called Death Breath, and of course that suggests that at some point the Herald was dead. Now of course if she is breathing now, that suggests she has been revived or resurrected or something like that, but what's causing all of this to happen? And who's behind it? Earlier in this season, a new storyline character named Serenade was introduced onto the Fortnite island. She shares countless similarities to the mythological concept of a siren, and she sings a hypnotic tune that can lure people in and mislead them from their main focus. This seems to be a really cool ability, but it isn't the one we want to focus on today. Instead, let's look at her cosmetic set, which entirely talks about her receiving mystical abilities from tranquil water. These water-related abilities might explain how in her loading screen she seems to be manipulating the movement of water, and it also explains why the Herald's tree has soil around it that looks to be dampened or purposefully saturated by something, or maybe even someone. That someone would of course be none other than Serenade herself. In Serenade's outfit reveal trailer, she can be seen doing the Herald's emote, which is called Reality Master. The Herald's music pack also sounds almost identical to a tune which can be heard in Serenade's hypnotic song, so take a listen. So now that we know Serenade might be using her water abilities to almost regrow the Herald's tree, how will this all lead to next season's jungle theme, and why are the Herald's roots sprouting out through the earthquake's cracks? Well, the answer to all of that is very simple. The Herald's tree will essentially act as the centerpiece of Season 3's jungle biome. The other roots that are coming through the earthquake cracks will likely spread out and grow into smaller trees, and the whole season theme will probably be like an overgrown tropical foresty type of vibe, and I'm all for it. It all sounds very exciting, and if the reality tree is being regrown, then maybe it will return to its former glory of this blooming, beautiful, bright thing. I mean, just look at it, it looks amazing. Maybe this whole jungle theme won't just be a normal tropical landscape for next season. I think it'll be more themed around the reality tree and the 0 point. And this could make for a really chill season, similarly to what we saw in Chapter 3 Season 3. Sure, the gameplay of that season wasn't that great, but the comics we got were awesome for the story, and they explained all of the other explained things, besides the fact that they kind of ruined the whole paradigm singularity thing, but that's besides the point. The point I am trying to make is that this season has left us with a lot of open-ended questions, and all of those questions would probably be answered next season, as there are leaked to be new Zero War comics that should be released next season, and although the game's story might take a bit of a break in terms of quests, I would still be totally okay with that, and I'm interested to hear what you guys think of all this. Speaking of the story taking a break for next season, it is almost 100% confirmed that this season will not have an event. That still leaves the possibility that next season could begin with something like the Zero Crisis event, a solo opening to a cinematic experience with all the map changes and battle pass outfits. That concept is also backed up by an event codename in the files for the beginning of next season, so we can stay hopeful. I personally love a solo event to begin next season, as we would fight off the saboteurs with the syndicates, and there'd be volcanoes and the song and Serenade, and there'd be earthquakes and the vines too, and it'd all just be so cool to come together to see unfold in a storyline event. So after hearing about this Herald theory and some also possibly related storyline comics, how are you feeling about Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 3? Are you hyped? Are you confused? No matter what you are, feel free to let me know in the comments, and watch this video right here to learn more about the Fortnite storyline, and subscribe for more content like this.